You have all sorts of references in the game. It's really nice to see them back and like say, oh yes, I remember this element, or this character or this enemy.
Oh, speaking of the knucklehead there, that is a classic toy from my youth.
That's something we never saw in any of the games. Something that we remember the toys, but haven't seen them as enemies. So it's something new. We have some nice surprises for the players.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of PlayStation Underground. I'm Brett, joined by Kristen.
Hey.
And we're very excited today to show you first Master Splinter gameplay footage from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. And we've got two folks from the team to help us show off this footage. Who we got?
Hey guys, thanks for having us. I'm Cyril, CEO and executive producer at TMNT.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Lavigne, and I'm game director at Tribute Games.
And we are taking a look here today at some pre-recorded footage. What are we going to see today while we're looking at Splinter footage?
We're going to see Master Splinter show off his moves. And I wanted to tell that how much I'm excited about having Splinter in the game, because that's kind of a dream I had since I was a kid, to be able to play as Master Splinter. We almost never saw how he fights. We had a glimpse of it in the 80s animated series, but never in any of the games. So yeah, I'm really happy to have him part of our game.
It's exciting to finally see this character in action, and also just to be playing as that, because I mean, I know we had earlier, April was revealed, obviously you can fight as the Turtles, but seeing Master Splinter in action feels like something very special.
Yeah, people were a bit expecting that, of course, but also because it was in the announcement trailer. And already in the announcement trailer, he's so badass. He's such a great character, super efficient and very calm at the same time. The guys at Tribute did a really awesome job integrating this character into this fast action game.
We wanted to make a character that looks like a master in martial arts.
Yeah.
Like he's really mastering ninjutsu, and he's showing off his techniques. He's not necessarily the stronger character, even though he's really strong, and he's strong because of his techniques, but he's not necessarily the faster, but he has a lot to show off.
I love this tornado kick move that's happening.
Yeah.
The animation, the pixel art, everything feels like such a callback to the bright, colorful 80s era. What was some of the inspiration that you guys took when creating some of these levels?
Personally, I rewatched the entire old series. I really loved it as a kid, so it's definitely an inspiration. We also all played the arcade games as well.
Of course.
So we really wanted the game to be as faithful as possible to those memories we had as a kid playing those games.
Yeah.
You can see it with the visual style of the game. It's really close to the old series. The backgrounds almost look hand painted, even though it's pixel art. And the character sprites also very close to the character of the series.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what we were aiming for.
We're going to jump ahead here a little bit and take a look at footage with three players. We got Don and Raph joining. But again, you can just see all these beautiful animation touches and throwing the characters at the screen, also right out of the arcade game, the second one. A lot of cool homages there. And I loved, there was one quick move that Splinter did where he actually bites with his mouth. And I don't know if this is an intentional reference, but I remember that bite from the opening to the 80s cartoon when he's chopping all of the wood blocks and he goes left and right, front and back, and then you're like, how's he going to get the one in front? And chomp bites the block in front.
Yeah, that move isn't there, actually, so it's something that I'm sure people will be glad to see.
Is that a Genghis Frog reference on the standee?
Yeah, the punk frogs are in the game.
That's really cool.
You have all sorts of references in the game. It's really a pleasure to revisit because, unlike Jonathan, I didn't rewatch the whole series on my side, but so I forgot some elements, and it's really nice to see them back and say, oh yes, I remember this element, or this character or this enemy.
Speaking of the knucklehead there, that is a classic toy from my youth.
Exactly.
That's something we never saw in any of the games as well. It's something that we remember the toys, but not haven't seen them as enemies. So it's something new. We have some stuff like that, some nice surprises for the players. We have a lot of fan service, like stuff that people will be glad to see again, or like Cyril mentioned, call back to the series and hints here and there to earlier stuff. But we also have new stuff that was never seen in video game form.
We're going to jump into some 4-player footage here and see the whole team. So some of these special moves that the characters are doing, like, you know, you'll see Splinter flash pink and like shoot silhouettes of himself. Is that like a meter you're building up?
The player character build up a special move bar. You can see that it's the blue bar in the HUD. And that bar can have up to 3 levels. And when you have 1 level filled up, you can use it to do a special attack. There are 3 different special attacks that each of the players can do. When it's entirely filled up, the 3rd level, you can use it to do 3 different special attacks, or you can empty the entire bar in one go and activate the radical mode, and the player character becomes in the zone and becomes stronger for a little while. So yeah, that's what it's about.
Love it. Yeah, they're facing like an onslaught here.
Yeah, lots of Foot Clan robots getting it. So when you pick a character, are there like gameplay differences between them? Like, you know, pros and cons to picking, or is it more like, hey, Mike's my favorite, so I'm going Mikey all the time? Or is there a case where maybe I should play April because she brings this to a 4-player setup?
They all have differences. They have differences in speed and strength and length, and we try to balance all of it as well as possible so that you're not at the disadvantage when you pick your favorite character. But we also didn't want to have like huge differences that will completely change the pacing of the game.
Yeah.
We wanted all characters to be fast enough and be strong enough to keep the fast pacing of the game. Because as you can see, it's not a slow beat 'em up. It's not like a beat 'em up in which you have to be super methodical. It's more like really about crowd control and about fast pace.
Yeah.
Man, just so many enemies on screen. It's great.
I know. I love it. I love the back and forth.
Yeah, and multiplayer, it gets crazy.
And just racking up the combos, too.
And of course, it would not be a Turtles beat 'em up without some Rocksteady.
Yeah, they're all there.
And I think for the purposes of this episode, we didn't want to show off the actual Rocksteady fight, more dedicated on showing off Splinter, but excited to play more and, you know, grab friends, play solo, whatever you got. But when are we looking to play this on PlayStation 4?
Later this year.
I'm very excited. Thank you again for joining us and for sharing this footage with us. Looks great. Thanks for watching and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.